Thank you so much. Not really famous for the rainbow crossings. I think that was Clover Moore. Fabulous work, Clover. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I do chalk rainbows for LGBT rights. We've been doing it for such a long time now. It's getting quite depressing and angry. I try to wear a different blazer here at every marriage rally, and I have run out of blazers. Boo! Shame! Shame, Malcolm Turnbull. It's also been very stressful. And over the last sort of 3 years chalking rainbows, I've put on 10 kilos of weight, and I blame Malcolm Turnbull. Shame! What an asshole. I mean, what more do we want to say here today? We have such beautiful speakers, and honestly, I'm just a trivia host and I chalk rainbows, it's all a bit ridiculous. But I will say this, at previous rallies, people have said some really poignant things that I just want to copy and share. They are that we have to keep our community together, we have to look after each other. We have to make sure that when we do achieve the change in the law, that we remember this fight and we look after other minorities in the future that go through these kinds of things. Because it is easy to forget once you have your right. Oh, thank you. Yes, we've got a bit of a time, so let's drag it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got something to tell you. We're already equal. You, me, everybody here, everybody on this country, everybody on this planet, we're already equal. We're just waiting for the effing law to catch up. And these people in Parliament have just been so depressing, so terrible. And, you know, Julia Gillard on a rainbow unicorn, Kevin Rudd on a rainbow unicorn. It's fabulous they've changed their minds after they're out of power. But what the hell were they doing so many years ago? Tony Abbott is just the worst person I've ever seen in my life. I can't stand him. Yeah, you can applaud that. He's terrible. He's a terrible person. I was school captain of a public school down on the Northern Beaches. Sorry about it. I left. And we had a terrible, our community spent 40 years raising money for a school hall, and we finally got it. We got no lights on our hall, and I met Tony Abbott because he was the education minister at the time. And I said, why are the King's School getting all this money? Why are Knox getting all this money? All we need is 10 grand for lights. And you know what? He didn't listen, he didn't care, and it's the same with this thing with Kat and George Brandis on Friday. They just don't care about you. Wake up, smell the coffee, you guys know that already. But they do not care. So we have to keep the fight going because we cannot wait. We're not waiting 3 years, we're not waiting 4 years, we're getting marriage equality done. Every good speech begins with a chant, so let's just do that again. We won't wait. Do it with me. We won't wait.
We won't wait. We won't wait. We won't wait.
Thank you. We won't wait. We're not waiting, so something's going to happen. I just went to Seattle to see my two very good gay friends marry. We met, they met on the dance floor of the Columbian, and I was with them. When they met, I tried to kiss both of them, but unfortunately, they got together instead. We've been friends ever since, friends for 7 years. It just so happens one of them is American, so they're lucky enough to go over to America and get married 3 weeks ago. How depressing it is on my Facebook feed that it's now becoming the norm. Which fabulous destination are you going to get married? That should not be normalised in this country. We should be getting married right here on this earth in Australia. Round of applause. That's what we should be doing. People have been worried about the conversation around the plebiscite and how that's going to hurt youth in our community. That conversation has now already begun. You're looking at cartoons in The Australian comparing our community to Nazis. Shame. You're looking at Joy FM getting a bomb threat 2 weeks ago down there in Melbourne. Shame. You're talking about Miranda Devine comparing us to ISIS. That's right. So what we do have to do is make sure, particularly with youth, we keep our sense of humour. It's so important to remind people that Malcolm Turnbull is a dickwad. It's so important to remind people that Pauline Hanson is an idiot. It's so important to remind people that we are going to win and that love always wins. What do these people think? America, the United Kingdom, just about everywhere that is New Zealand. All these countries that are Western countries, English-speaking Western countries, they all have it except for us and Northern Ireland. It's so ridiculous. Does Malcolm Turnbull, I mean, he thinks he's for it, but the big problem with Malcolm Turnbull, I don't believe he thinks we're equal. I just think he's going to allow us to get married like he can. But he doesn't understand that we're already equal and it's high time it gets fixed. These conservatives in the LNP, do they really think Australian is going to become the beacon of bigotry? And our laws are going to resonate all across the world. It's over. Marriage equality is here, and our country needs it now. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I'm Brecko, B-R-E-K-O, because I can't talk about it now, but I do think if the plebiscite goes down, and it will, and they want to delay this for another 3 years, we probably have to talk about the vigilante shit we've got to do, because it's the next phase of the campaign is coming, and we're probably going to have to do some things. I don't know if we're going to stop traffic on the Harbour Bridge, or if we're going to make little homosexual... I would love to make a little homosexual lesbian partner for Queen Victoria's statue and sit it next to it. Do you know what I mean? We've really got to start thinking outside of the box in how we're going to tell everybody we're not stopping and we won't wait. And that includes our family and our straight friends and our allies. It is happening, and it is happening now. Now I want to talk, I'm on the board of Mardi Gras. I want to talk to you about that photo of Malcolm Turnbull with Lucy Turnbull at our beautiful parade, born in 1978 out of protest for LGBT rights. And he comes down with his wife and has a great old party at our parade and cannot get marriage equality across the line in his term. Now, I don't speak for the full board of Mardi Gras, but I will tell you after this rally, I am going to that board next meeting and I'm going to tell them I don't think we want Malcolm Turnbull at the Mardi Gras parade next year. We don't want him. Maybe we can invite Warren Entsch or someone else, or Penny Wong, or someone else can come down and say hello. But I'm sick of all these white male politicians, to be honest. They're just the worst. All right, we're about to go on a bit of a march around to Pitt Street Mall. I think Kat's going to come up and give you all the goss about that. But first, I want to do a big cheer for us and for our community and for love. Hip hip! Because you're beautiful. Hip hip! Hip hip! Thank you, everybody.